Hello, and thanks for catching the replay here today. In today's show, I'm doing channel reviews. I'm taking actual viewers' channels that were already submitted and sharing what I, as a YouTube strategist, would do to help grow these channels, just looking from the outside in. I'm going to dive right into these channel reviews in just a bit, but first, I'd love to hear from you right now in the chat. Let me know where you are watching from and your current biggest struggle when it comes to YouTube. And if you are one of the replay viewers, make sure you hashtag replay so I can circle back here and say hello to you and thank you for coming back and watching this. If you haven't met me before, if we haven't virtually met, my name is Trina Little. I am a YouTube strategist and I run a YouTube management agency for online entrepreneurs who are ready to get serious with YouTube, but want someone else to manage all that stuff behind the scenes, right? So basically, if you work in my agency, we tell you exactly what to film, you film it, and we take care of everything else. It's kind of like that magical unicorn for you. And remember, you can catch me live here every single Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on YouTube and Facebook, no matter where you're watching from. And you'll just need to book 30 minutes. So grab your lunch, sit down here with me every Monday at 12 p.m. for a little lunch break to make this your favorite lunchtime break. Each week, we're going to be covering topics like getting started on YouTube, how to grow your YouTube channel, how to use YouTube in your business, and how to level up your video strategy. And before I jump in and say hello to all of you here today, I'm going to pull up the chat. I'm able to actually see everybody's chat here on Facebook and YouTube thanks to Restream. I'm able to go live on these multiple platforms at once so easily. Thank you, Restream, for sponsoring this live show. For real though, I hate all things tech, and so does my laptop because it's a little bit older and it can't handle things like OBS and extra tech things. So with Restream, I literally just set it all up on their platform, basically on their website, and hit live, and I can do this so easy. I can put this customized screen over that you see right now. If you see on my live, it says live up top in the corner, and my Instagram handle, I created that, and I created my own custom graphics as well on Restream. So if you're thinking about using live video or wanting to go live on your own platforms, I would definitely check out Restream. You can go to trinalittle.com/Restream. And thanks to Restream, I think I can add this text in here real quick. Like I said, I'm still playing around with things. So let me see if I can add some text in here. But yeah, trinalittle.com/Restream to get all the details. Now, today is a channel review day, and we do these channel reviews every single month, the last Monday of the month. And the way to get selected is earlier last week, I put in a form for you to submit your channel. You need to be a current subscriber of mine. You need to be a live stream watcher. So that's why you got to book your calendar every Monday at 12 p.m. because I see your comments in here. I see Making It in Holland. I see Americans English. I see YouTube for Musicians, Alternate Health and Beauty from San Diego, Enchanted Vacations from Canada, Slumber and Bloom from Rochester, Soap Me Up, Julia Rochester from Lisbon, Portugal, How to Detox Your Life. Hello, everybody. So you need to be a live watcher because I noticed those of you that are in the chat saying hello and engaging. That's how you get picked to be one of my channel reviews every single month. So I've got 3 channels here today I'm going to go through. I've already looked at these channels. I got a couple points for each of these, and everything that I mentioned for their channels are definitely going to help your channels as well. I try to pick areas that I feel a lot of people struggle with so that you can have some examples to look at as well. So make sure you are subscribed to my channel right now if you want to be selected next month for a channel review, and we will put those forms in my YouTube community tab to get that selected. So I want to just look at everybody one more time here. Salma from Toronto, Deborah. Should you be watching on Facebook or do I go to Restream? You, Deborah, thanks to Restream, I can go live on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. And once I'm approved to live stream on LinkedIn, I'll be able to go live on all 3 of these platforms at one time, thanks to Restream. So you don't need to watch it on Restream. Hello, Rockstar Mom Sisterhood from Tennessee, Becky from Forever. Okay, so let's get these going. I'm going to share my screen because Restream lets me do that as well. So give me a second here, and we are going to go ahead and pull up how to detox your life. Let me make sure it all looks good to go here on my computer, and it looks like we are set. I have some notes here. Okay, so how to detox your life. Thank you so much for being a subscriber. First of all, I see your comments on my videos every single week. I see you here in the live stream as well. So I very much appreciate your support, your continued support over the years. So the first thing I want to talk to you about, because I know you've been working on your YouTube channel for quite some time. And for me, I can only see the front-facing end of your all's channel right now. I can't see the back-end things like audience retention, click-through rates. In fact, I did a video on my channel 2 weeks ago about all of the analytics that you should definitely look at on your own to help you do better. And so I can only see from the outside looking in how you are doing. So the first thing that I think you should do is I would potentially brighten up these thumbnails just a little bit. What tends to grab people's attention, and I use not Photoshop, Lightroom. I use a filter on Lightroom that I bought from actually Catherine Manning. She has presets, Lightroom presets that I use to make my colors pop just a little bit, because you really want to think about how is your thumbnail going to stand out on either a white background. So you see this is a white background on YouTube, or a black background. So you want to really saturate, brighten that image of yours. And like I said, I will use my cell phone. I will take a photo of myself and then use Lightroom and a preset to do that. I also think your video structure. So I watched a couple of your videos as well. I feel like you could show me some more instead of just telling me, right? And honestly, I can't tell if your video structure is good or not without audience retention. So I know you're here. I see you here as well. How is your audience retention? If you can let me know in the chat how your audience retention is doing, because I feel like you could definitely up your game when it comes to video structure. And what I mean by video structure is adding more B-roll, showing people what you're talking about as opposed to just telling. I know in this ketogenic diet safety, you talked about different types of foods and nuts. And I feel like if you could just show those pieces a little bit more, that would keep people more engaged. I know it's an extra step, and I know it's a lot of work to edit those things, but that's what's going to help a YouTube channel grow. And for any of you here as well, you need to look at your audience retention and see how you can keep people watching longer. That's really the key here, is keeping people watching your videos as long as possible. And the ways to do that are call out text, different angles. Maybe you even take the camera into your kitchen and you show your pantry or your refrigerator of the different foods you're talking about. Some things that we do here for myself is I will do different types of angles here at my computer. So I maybe will talk this way, and then I'll maybe talk this way, and then I'll talk forward facing. I will try to show as much as I can instead of just telling, but it's really key to take time to study your audience retention. So she says, I think it's not great, but not much better than it used to be. So yeah, you need to be adding different ways to I don't know percentages. Yeah, so you just want to watch your audience retention graph and see when it's dropping. If it's a steady decline, you've got to kind of inject something different in your videos, whether it's B-roll, whether it's more text, whether it's changing locations up a little bit. I do think that would definitely help your channel. And then making sure, like I said a little bit about saturating your thumbnails as well, looking at your click-through rates. How well Are your title and your thumbnails getting people to click? Again, I can't tell from the front end how well your click-through rates are. And so those are things that I would look at as well, looking at how well your title and your thumbnail are causing people to click. And that's something I'm going to talk about a little bit more on another channel I want to review. The last thing I wanted to show you real quick how to detox your life is if I go to your videos and I go to sort by most popular to see which videos are your most popular, the top 2 are eczema. And I feel like you're a little bit all over the place. Yes, it's how to detox your life, but why is a person going to subscribe to you? Because your top 2 videos here are about eczema, but then we have some antibacterial fruit, how to kill bacteria, how to kill infections, how to fight candida. It's a little bit all over the place, right? So if somebody would have found your videos that are doing really well for eczema, they may not have candida. And so when you publish a video about candida, they get confused. Or when you publish a video about keto, they get confused because they're like, wait, I subscribe for eczema. Why is this channel sending me things about keto or candida, right? So I think if you can just hone in on your niche a little bit, because it's really critical to understand your niche, because if you know exactly who you're talking to and those people watch your videos, YouTube knows the type of people to send your videos out to more people. So when I talk about niche, or when you hear any YouTube educator talking about a niche, that's what is so critical, is because if you can know exactly who you are talking to, and that person watches your video and recommends it or shares it with more people like them, that gives YouTube more data on who to put your video out to more of, right? And so I think if you can just really hone in on one specific niche, one specific topic, that would definitely help YouTube kind of pick up who to put your content out to, which really flows into the next channel that I'm going to talk about here, which is, let me double check. I got 2 coming up. Soap Me Up. So I saw you in here in the chat since I was going live this whole month. So thank you so much, Soap Me Up, for watching and supporting my channel. I really appreciate you. So this ties back into value proposition. And you mentioned one of your biggest hurdles right now with YouTube was getting more views and subscribers. And so I feel like you really need to highlight what is the value of your channel. Why do people want to subscribe? Why do they want to come back and watch more, right? You want to think about how TV channels are, right? There's the Golf Network. We know why we go to the Golf Network, to watch golf. But if people are going to the Golf Network and then all of a sudden there's a Real Housewives marathon, right? Those people that subscribe, those people that are wanting to watch the golf channel are confused about why is this here, okay? Also, when you're getting started on YouTube, if you don't have some particular value for the viewer, they don't care, right? People are in it for themselves. They want to know what you're going to do for them. So Soap Me Up, I see that you are here. And I think you need to just really highlight right here why people should subscribe to you. What is the value they are going to get out of your channel? Is it the best deals on luxury soap, or the best products to do at-home spa treatments, or the best products to, I'm thinking on a whim here, the best products to treat yourself at home, right? If that's what they know to come back to, then that's what they're going to subscribe to and be excited every single week. Okay, what product is she going to talk about this week that I can try? You know, maybe she's talking about a bath product that a bath bomb that she's sharing, or a luxury soap, or maybe a luxury shampoo. Again, you just want to really think about that value proposition and why they would want to come back for more. Another thing to think about, you guys, here as well is branding. So I do notice you have the red here, but there's no branding here with your channel banner. You need to realize that your channel banner is one of the first things that people see. And I'm not getting a value proposition up here. So if I find your channel and you just say Soap Me Up with luxury, I don't necessarily know what am I going to get out of clicking this subscribe button. This goes for all of you here today with your channel banner. Take a look at it and see, okay, if somebody comes here to my billboard right here, my channel banner, do they know what they're going to get out of my channel? Am I clear? So you can see how to detox your life. She does have it clear up here. Natural health tips and resources to heal yourself naturally. Now that is pretty broad. I do think she needs to niche it a little bit more. She's already niche, but I feel like talked about earlier, like the eczema candida type thing, but she has it really great right here on what you're going to get out of her channel. So I think that's one thing that you need to think about here as well. Soap Me Up is what is the clear value they're going to get, and making sure branding on here matches with your thumbnail. So like I said, this is kind of like the fluorescent lighting type fonts, but then we have this red font down here. And so the branding isn't connecting. If somebody goes to your channel banner and then sees your thumbnails, there's not a connect. Should we have a banner always have a call to action? It depends, right? So you see, How to Detox Your Life says, watch my free webinar. You totally could. This is especially if you have a business, YouTube for Musicians. If you want to grow your email list, I would. Personally, I do have a call to action on mine, but I don't get a lot of traffic from it, but it's great to have. So that's a great question. So yeah, I would definitely, this goes for all of you with your thumbnails. They need to all be branded, right? So that if they see any of your thumbnails on the homepage or suggested or search, yours pops out. And they're like, oh yeah, that's a Soap Me Up video. I haven't seen that one yet. I need to click on that. All right. And the last thing, you definitely need to have your face. I know a lot of your videos are done faceless, but people connect with people, and they're going to come back and watch more from people they feel connected with. And there are studies that show thumbnails with people on them do get clicked more than thumbnails without people on them. So that's another thing that I would think about as well, including yourself on the thumbnails, because it gives people an idea of who they're about to watch. And people are more likely to click on a thumbnail when they know who they're going to watch from. So I would think about that as well. I do think with the thumbnails, they're a little bit messy, or not messy, cluttered. I can't really see what this is. Remember, people are going to see the image first before the title. So I would try to maybe make the soap bars a bit bigger, maybe not as many. Same here. I'm on a desktop here, and it's very hard to even see what these say. So I would make sure that your thumbnails are very clear and the imagery is very clear as well, because I see a lot of you saying, I'm not getting views. You are not getting views if you are not creating thumbnails and titles that people want to click on. It doesn't matter how great your content is, but if your thumbnail doesn't cause people to click on it, nobody is going to watch it. So you really need to look at your click-through rates. You need to go into your analytics. Watch the video I did 2 weeks about how I analyze my YouTube channels and many other clients as well. You need to audit your YouTube channel and see what your click-through rates are and how you can make them better. And you need to be working on your thumbnails and creating titles that people want to click on. I think this is one more thing. I know in the next channel that I'm going to pop on over to, I'm bringing up titles as well, but there needs to be some value in it. Why would people want to watch it? This just says the soap brand and then luxury soap collection. Why would I want to watch this? What am I going to get out of this? Maybe the best soap to take a bath in, or the most expensive soap that's worth the money, right? Give them a reason to want to click on it. Give them a reason on why. Give them a reason to watch it. What are they going to get out of it? What sparks their curiosity? Why do they need to know about this soap? But if my videos are faceless, isn't putting them on my thumbnail misleading. I don't show my face in my videos. I also think Soap Me Up, you should be showing your face in your videos. Again, people connect with people. Even if you're just showing your face in the beginning to say, I'm going to show you some of the best soap that I love to splurge on. It's just a great relaxation. It's the self-care routine for me. Then you can share your hands and show it that way. But I do think it's really important to show yourself if you want to create a community around your YouTube channel. What's a good click-through rate percentage? Alma, you have got to look at yours, your average, and compete with yourself. YouTube says anywhere between 2 to 10% is good. But you need to compete with yourself, and you need to make your you need to make your click-through rates better and better and better. I'm currently striving for a consistent 6%. 8%. I have clients that we put videos out and they hit an 8% and 9%, right? And so I know for me, my click-through rates have been a little bit lower because it's a pretty competitive niche. And so I'm looking at things I need to do based on my channel to continue to compete with myself to get a higher click-through rate. So those are some of the things that I would think about here. Soap Me Up is definitely kind of pooling all the branding together and definitely trying to show yourself. I know you want to do faceless videos, but you're going to make a much deeper connection and have much loyal subscribers and viewers when you are showing your face. Now, the last channel we have here is Julia Rochelle. I see she is here. I notice her here every single week when I was live. So thank you so much, Julia. I see you in the comments already. So I'm going to go over Julia's channel. And I think Julia, definitely, again, we need to tie back to the value proposition. What is the value your channel is going to bring to somebody who is going to subscribe to it, right? We need to think about TV stations, right? There's comedy network, comedy station, comedy. There's Bravo for the moms that maybe need some mindless television. Nickelodeon, Disney, MTV, HGTV, right? It's a certain type of content for a certain type of person. And we need to think about our YouTube channels like that as well. So it's Julia Rochelle, new episodes every week. Okay, what about, right? You guys, everybody needs to think about this here today. What about? What do we need to tell people that our channel is going to be about? What value are they going to get out of it? So, Julia, I feel like you could go two different ways here. You do some videos because you're living abroad in Portugal. So you could talk just about Portugal, or you could transition your video to more of a living abroad channel, right? So talking about your experiences living abroad, how you decided to live abroad, biggest lessons learned, biggest mistakes, how you would recommend to pick a place to live abroad, how long out should you be planning, right? I would, if you're going to go that direction, I would think about all the topics and all the questions that somebody would have about living abroad and focusing your channel on that. The people that are thinking about or wanting to live abroad and need to know all the questions, right? And then I think you could also have fun too with it. You could share vlogs, like what you do while you're living abroad. I think vlogs are a great community style video that help create that community and that connection. And that's something you could just do once a month. Like, it's not something you need to do every single week, but sharing more of your story and more of your lifestyle, I think would make a huge connection as well for you, Julia. When it comes to thumbnails, I feel like showing more of the landscape type thumbnails is going to be best in your niche, just from knowing like the travel vloggers and stuff. They have really great photos. And so I think if you would incorporate maybe some of the landscaping of Portugal or sunsets and sharing, different things about living abroad, I think that could definitely help your click-through rates as well. I think that these little things on the side, make sure you guys are looking at this. When I take my cursor over the YouTube thumbnail, you're going to see that YouTube has little things that pop up on your thumbnail that can affect what's on your thumbnail. So look, here's this guy, the watch for later, and this guy, the add to queue. So if you have anything on your thumbnail over here, it's going to be hard to see because of the timestamp and also the watch later and the add to queue. So all the important things on your thumbnail should be on this side of your thumbnail and not over here. And anything you put on your thumbnail should assist in telling the story. I don't know, Julia, how the silverware and these little icons are helping assist telling the story. I think if you're telling the story about what it's really like to live in Portugal, I think what would be very great, what would have been better to possibly show on the thumbnail are images of Portugal, because people need to see that image. Oh my gosh, she's living in Portugal. I see it in that photo. I need to hear what she's saying. And that's something you can always go back and change. You can 100% change your thumbnail out. So if any of you are listening to this today and you're like, oh, my thumbnail's wrong, I didn't do it right. You all can go back and you can change your thumbnail and you can change your titles, okay? If your video is not performing how you wished it would have, you can go back and change those things, all right? And so those are some things that I would definitely think I would do to improve your channel, Julia, is just thinking about people who are thinking about living abroad, curious about living abroad, wanting to live vicariously through you living abroad, and creating content for them and kind of staying in that zone. Now, I'm actually hosting a free workshop tomorrow about how to create a binge-worthy YouTube channel that generates you more sales. It's happening at 1 p.m. Eastern. It's not public. You have to get a seat, and you'll want to go to trinalittle.com/class, CLASS. trinalittle.com/class. I'll pop it here in the YouTube chat. I will need to pop it into the Facebook chat, but it's trinalittle.com/class. I'm hosting a free 60-minute class tomorrow to teach you even more about this and to show you how to create a binge-worthy YouTube channel. All right, so that's tomorrow at 1 p.m. live with me like this, like we're doing right now, only in a private class, okay? And lastly, before I answer any questions, I'm gonna leave a few minutes here for open-ended questions. If you wanna get started doing all these different things that I've mentioned here today, I have a complete free 15-page guide. It's a roadmap that will walk you through all the steps to make the front face of your YouTube channel look great, really level up your channel. And you'll wanna go to trinalittle.com/roadmap. So trinalittle.com/roadmap to get that free 15-page roadmap. And there's literal links to training videos to help you create your channel banner, create thumbnails. So you'll want to grab that as well. The time tomorrow is 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so NYC time. So those are something to look at. So I'm going to turn my share off screen here and take some questions that I see here in the chat. So Ricky Wiley says, are keywords more important in title or something that stands out? Keywords aren't appealing in attracting viewers, but helps you rank. Which is priority? Ricky, you really want to make sure you're creating titles that people want to click on. You don't want to create these titles that are keyword centered because the robot is going to make them rank. So YouTube is listening to your content. YouTube knows what your content is about as soon as you upload it. So I would focus more on creating like a headline title or a thought-provoking or a curiosity-piquing title to get people to click on, because click-through rates matter. And if you can't get people to click on it, all your hard work in creating this content is pretty much wasted. And so by uploading your content to YouTube, like I said, they're scanning it already, what you're saying. They know what you're saying. So I would focus on creating content, creating titles that people want to click on. Let's see. Any more questions? I'm going to scroll through here to see how would changing those affect SEO. I hear that you could stop ranking for a while. YouTube for musicians. Great question. If you go in and change your thumbnail, it's not going to affect anything. Thumbnail won't affect anything. Title, potentially. That's why I suggest going into your analytics and seeing if your video is still growing. Is it still getting views? If it's kind of flattened off and plateaued, totally change it out, change the title out. But if you see it's still growing and it's still getting more views, then don't change the title. You can change the thumbnail for sure. Alternative health and beauty. My health and nutrition channel may be too broad. I'm not sure how to niche it down. The larger the channel is, the larger the channel in this area are as broad as I am. So health, alternative, and beauty. You want to make sure you're creating content for your ideal viewer, because the more you create content for that specific person, the more YouTube can make sure they're sharing that video to more people like that. Because, okay, health and nutrition channel. Are you a health and nutrition channel for men and women? Because that might be a little bit hard to hit. Are you a nutrition channel for moms? Because that's a little bit different than single people, right? Because I know as a mom, if I'm going to watch a health and nutrition channel, you need to understand my lifestyle having 2 children. I don't have a lot of time to meal prep or work out for an hour at a time. And so I would just think about the person you're creating content for. Who is that person? Think about that one person and what kind of content they need to achieve what you're promising. Making it to Holland. My biggest issue is almost 70% of my channel traffic comes from YouTube search and almost none from suggested. So I would 100% focus on creating those thumbnails. Creating those titles that aren't necessarily keyword centric, but more value focused, right? Why would they want to watch it? What are they going to get out of those videos, right? That's what I would focus on if you are just kind of hitting in that suggest search. Search is great. Search is great for a small channel. And I don't think it's wrong to be getting traffic from search. But yes, you definitely want to be making your titles and thumbnails clickable. So you can actually, if you watch my video on analytics from 2 weeks ago, I talk about how to determine what your click-through rate is on the different traffic sources. So something we do inside of my agency for my clients is we have a certain title and thumbnail up for the first 7 days when it's really pushed to browse features and suggested, and then we may tweak it for search later on. And so I would definitely watch that video and see if there are some things that you can change as well. So we are at the 30-minute mark. I'm really excited to be hosting that class tomorrow. So if you can make it, trinalittle.com/class. I'm going to be going into more detail about how to create a binge-worthy YouTube channel that helps you make more sales, especially if you have a business model, right? All of my clients, 100% of my clients have a business that they're making at least $500,000 to $1 million a year from their business, and they're using YouTube to generate leads over to their business. So we're going to be talking about that tomorrow in class. And if you want to get the free breakdown of everything to do to make your channel level up, you can go to trinalittle.com/roadmap. Next week, we will be live again. I haven't 100% determined the topic. I will announce the topic by Thursday. But if you here have any suggestions on something you would like me to talk about on this live stream, drop it in the chat below. I love getting requests from you. And if you want to go live just like this and live stream on multiple platforms at the same time, make sure you check out Restream. That's at trinalittle.com/Restream. Seriously, I would not be able to do this live stream without Restream because they make it so easy to do this. And if you know me, you know I hate tech, and so it's super simple tech to get started. Thank you all that were here today. Thank you, the 3 of you that allowed me to share your YouTube channel and help you do better on YouTube. And I can't wait for next month's channel reviews as well. So I hope you all have a great week, and I will see you live next Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's always hard to figure out where this button is. Thanks for watching.